Previously on the Lost Island, when last we left our heroes, an interesting encounter had occurred. A seemingly routine mission to investigate some pirates revealed a powerful and incredibly dangerous monster beneath the caves of the island. Whisper, in an attempt to distract the pirates and give his side an advantage, had unleashed it, unaware of the size and power it possessed. Now, the entire cove has been taken over by the creature, and questions are being made on how to deal with it. While most of the pirates had been captured, the pirate king himself, Mir, is missing and unaccounted for. Some hope that he was killed in the attack, but others fear that he is still at large. But interesting new developments have happened for you all. For as you were leaving the throne room of King Horus after this meeting, you received a note asking you to come to the prison. For your old enemy, Arjunalo, well, it seems there is something going on with him.
Uh-oh.
But as the five of you are leaving the throne room, one of you doubles back. Jeremy, what is
Whisper.
that Whisper wishes to do?
Whisper kind of steps away from the group and disengages without letting anyone else notice, and heads back into the throne room to confront his liege.
You, of course, may make perception checks to notice this.
All right.
Jeremy, if you are actively trying to avoid being noticed, you'll need to make a stealth check. Otherwise, if you're just not trying to draw attention to yourself, then you don't make a full stealth check, but they will get a small penalty due to you being naturally stealthy.
Wow. Okay. Nat 18.
That is fantastically convenient.
All right.
I rolled, but I got a total of 21, so I doubt I'll see him. Sucks because it was a good roll. I had that 19 on that roll. It sucks. Ah!
All right. Would it make sense for me to have my scent ability up?
I think it would, honestly.
Okay. I'll just remove one of those spell points and.
Especially since Kuhn likes to play with Whisper.
Yeah.
Other way around.
All right.
Oh.
If that's the case, then I get a total of 31 for perception.
So I rolled an 18 plus 20.
Yeah.
He was able to slip away.
So-
Sorry, Josh.
So yeah, he is able to. Yeah, he is able to slip away. Okay.
But I'm still in the sword, so I'm tagging along with Whisper.
Of course. In that case,
All right.
and Ash, did Korim make any perception roll, or?
First roll for me of the day was a freaking natural 20.
Okay, and Korim notices it well, so I'll go to Korim noticing that first.
God damn it.
Also, screw you, my good friend.
All right.
problem is that I don't know what he's doing. The
Fair
most
point.
that I can do is simply mark the fact that he has left the group and is basically going back.
Fair point. So Whisper, do as you wish.
So Whisper kind of marches back into the throne room, carrying himself stately and elegantly. He makes his way towards his liege, right? And he bows. My lord, I fear I have a matter of great importance. I am honor bound to come forward with.
Khan looks up. What is it, Whisper?
As much as I love tricks and games, the only secret I keep are those who belong to others. It may distress you to know that it was I who freed the creature, which devastated not only the pirates, but our own troops.
Khan's eyes widen in shock.
Of course.
Excuse me?
Of course I could give my own excuses. My motivations, however, were pure and simple. I saw an opportunity to make potential devastating mischief on our enemies, perhaps even end the Pirate King himself, and I took it. Sadly, I underestimated the creature's power, and so, despite having given the retreat to our own forces, in the hopes of sparing them, whatever fate I would be inflicting on the pirates, obviously the creature tore too quickly through the enemy, and thus, I am now indirectly responsible for the loss of quite a few of our troops. With a flash of steel, Whisper draws his own sword before letting it float to the floor, blade pointing upward. I expect no mercy, my lord. Command me now, and I will gladly, here and now, throw myself on my sword.
Telepathically, Vell says, "Excuse me, I do not want to kill you."
Takes a long, deep breath. Whisper, what in all of the planes of hell were you thinking? Disregarding you not knowing how powerful the creature is, what on earth made you think that entering an unknown and an unpredictable element into an already tense battlefield would benefit us? What the hell made you think that that was a good idea?
Well, I explained myself, my lord. As far as I was aware, they were definitely terrified of whatever they had imprisoned inside the cave. As far
You, they were terrified of it. And you
Indeed.
didn't think that letting out a monster that our enemies were terrified of in an area where we would also be might possibly backfire.
Indeed I did, which is why I sounded the retreat. And as I explained, I clearly underestimated the devastation with which I have inflicted on our troops.
Whisper, that was a fool thing to do. You are lucky it wasn't 1,000 times worse.
Indeed, I recognize this, and so,
Yes, you do. And I do see, and I do appreciate, that you're at least able to recognize your own folly. But it was still folly nonetheless. And the lives of those soldiers are on you. I am not going to execute you this moment, Whisper. But their lives are your responsibility, and there will be a court-martial. This is not something I can shield you from.
as I said, I expect no mercy, my lord.
Then you will get mercy and justice by the decisions of your peers. But now, get out of my sight.
As you wish. And he literally vanishes before the king's eyes.
He takes the king. You see the king take a long breath and slump into his chair. For one moment, he looks as tired and world-weary as his brother. As for the rest of you, what do you do?
What happened to the sword? Because I'm still in there.
The sword disappeared too.
I was about to say. All right, then Vell is going to talk to Whisper, wherever we are.
I'm assuming you guys are walking to catch up with the game.
Whisper, are we going? I feel we should tell them what happened.
That is completely up to my lord whether or not he decides to divulge. These are the matters between me and my king. I am under no obligations to reveal such secrets between me and them. However, if they ask, I might divulge. It depends on circumstances.
Clon Onwen is also a member of your liege's court, and we've faced a monster like that before. They may have more insight.
Very well. You have more history with them. You're welcome to divulge it if you wish.
Oh,
I
boy.
see no need.
You see only what?
I see no need. You may divulge if you wish.
I will consider it.
Very well. Now, next time I'm offering to commit suicide in front of my king, would you mind not be possessing my sword?
I didn't. Well, it just I was in here first.
Yes, and I had no idea you were still in there. You nearly gave me a heart attack right in front of him.
You didn't ask.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, Claus. Are you sentient right now?
She literally gave him a heart attack. Wouldn't that be fulfilling his request? He'd still die to his sword, just not in the manner he was expecting.
Please, I'm eating right now. Have mercy.
No. I'm your DM. I'm contractually obligated not to.
All right, let's go find your little tiefling friend and put you back where you belong. It's
Oh my.
Have mercy!
No.
Fine.
I'm not a god of mercy, I'm a god of fun.
But if you do... Now, this is for your own safety. If you do happen to go off alone again, I will try and tag along. I respect your abilities, Whisper. But two sets of eyes, 2 sets of hands, 2 sets of magic is better than one.
You're welcome to tag along, provided you give me warning beforehand.
Of course, and I plan to.
Very well. I will not argue with that. Now, shall we go find our party hopefully before they notice that I'm actually gone?
Yes, fine.
Alright. So, I try to reconnect with the group.
Mind you, that was all in both of our heads. So I mean,
I'm
that
sure.
was telepathic. Fine.
That was my first assumption, so you're good on that front.
Alright, so I'm gonna try and sneak back into the group and try to just kind of appear.
Yep, another stealth check. You're gonna take another stealth check. You're gonna take a -4 penalty on that one because it's a lot harder to just pretend, "Hey, I've been here all along," and you're gone a bit miles and might have noticed you being missing.
Yeah, and then there's Korim pretty much knowing that you're not there at the moment.
Yeah. So yeah,
Minus
on your stealth check, and Josh, of course, you can roll perception if you wish, and same with you, Klaus.
Alright, I rolled a 15. So 15 plus 20, so 35.
So 35. The rest, the two of you may, if you wish.
Did not pass.
Fair enough. Klaus? Lucky?
Did not pass.
Alright.
To be fair, the only way that Korim can notice that Whisper does anything in terms of stealth is either if Whisper rolls terribly, or if Korim gets a natural 20.
Yeah.
You notice
I'm
Klaus?
actually,
Same.
I'm actually perhaps one of the most perceptive. My perception bonus is 18.
Ooh, so you actually do have a chance of spotting me.
Yes.
Yeah, only way I will ever spot Whisper if Whisper has my luck with stealth.
Eh.
Indeed.
Oh,
In
dear.
any case, Korim, you have, of course, noticed you, unlike your compadres, have noticed Jarrett Whisper rejoining the group. What
He just kinda-
do you wish to do with this information?
Nothing at the moment.
Of course. And so, you have been given a note from the local prison warden, but is that information you wish to follow up on at this time? And I ask this question to all of you.
Vell hops from the sword into Klaus and says, much better, you're much warmer.
Well, I would imagine so. I am a tiefling after all.
So basically, she's calling him hot.
Hi.
Dogi, you walked right into that one.
I would not call Claus hot, but okay. That's more of a Travis thing. I'm not letting that go, Ari!
Mm.
Anywho, like I said, what
Alright.
do all of you wish to do at this stage?
Korim would feel a duty of care to follow up on it.
Of course.
What condition we're in? Because I would think we're really beaten up. If we just got out of the fight.
That is a good point. You guys may indeed benefit from taking some time to rest and recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I return to my previous question. What do you do?
All right. Well, Kuhn is going to head straight to wherever there is food.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple of local taverns nearby.
And Klaus, probably knowing what Kuhn is after, is just gonna follow after him.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, at this point, I'm pretty sure the majority of the group would be doing that.
Yeah.
So, you're all gonna go to the same place to eat?
Might as well.
Of course. Yep, there's a good tavern to eat nearby. You guys all spend some coin, mostly the rations that your kings have given you for the coin, I should say, the kings have given you for moments like this of being able to get food and such, and you plump your very, very tired asses down in the seats. The moment you sit down, you kind of realize, oh wow, yeah, the day had taken a lot out of you.
You know, I don't feel tired. I can't taste food. But I do empathize with your situation. Can someone
wonder if you could
describe to me what sitting after a long day feels like?
Actually, I wonder if you actively possess me. Maybe you can taste things.
I prefer not to, because that means I would take away your free will, and that is not something that I really enjoy doing. Don't mind.
I mean, I don't mind if it's temporarily.
If I find my favorite dessert somewhere, somehow, then maybe. I do remember what it was.
What was it?
Fruits of the Forest custard tart.
What's in it?
Fruits of the Forest custard and pastry.
Hey, Josh?
Yes?
Korim may make a,
Kun.
sorry, Kun, I should say, thank you, may make a knowledge local, or if you do not have that skill, a wisdom check with a +4 bonus.
Okie dokie.
We're in Red Tiger territory right now?
No, you're in Golden Lion territory, but
Okay, that's a natural 18 plus my wisdom modifier. That would be a 5, so
That's
23.
more. You got it on the base roll.
Alright.
It's after a little bit more of a description from Vell, you do know that you have heard of such a dessert. It's something that is occasionally, though not frequently, sold in Red Tiger villages. Unfortunately, and this is something that Korim and Claus would be aware of, it's not something that is sold in Golden Lion territory. And segueing away from that, Ash. This is an area where I am actually going to be asking you for some help here.
Okay.
For, you see, I'm going to ask you, what kinds of food would the Golden Lions have frequently, given their area and terrain, that the Red Tigers likely would be unfamiliar with? Again, given the fact that they live in two different terrains, the Golden Lions being more hilly and mountainous, whereas the Red Tigers are more forests and plains.
Good question. You'd probably be looking at a lot of milk-based products more than you would actually be looking at in terms of your wheats and flours. Like, I'm trying to think at the same time as thinking about, okay, what areas around the world do I know of that tend to not have much in the way of actual farmland beyond what they terrace out of the hills and mountains.
Would you mention a lot of salt? Because, you know, mountain salt. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Actually, I believe
I think we're derailing. I think we're derailing a little bit. If he thinks of something, he can like put it in the chat.
Of course. I was merely asking for a bit of immersion for Kun and Whisper's sake, because you find the menu here is not quite what you're used to in Red Tiger territory.
Oh, actually, if we're doing that, then Kun and Whisper would be more used to game. Venison, rabbit, pheasant, and beef because of the fields. Meanwhile, hills would be lamb and chicken. So we have a little bit more of the lighter meat. They have a little bit more of the heavier meat.
Thank you very much, Ari.
And both sides would probably have fish.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Fish!